There is a special kind of man that acts very cowardly and has a need to break down a woman, to compete with a woman, and to make her feel inferior, like in submission, to the point where she can't be highlighted, she can't be praised. This type of man has such a deep mother wound and an inability to face his inner child, to remind himself of how much he actually loves women. He loves women, you know? There's a deep love for women inside of him, okay? But his hatred and unresolved emotions in regards to whatever woman he hates, right? There's some woman that he just despises and hates and spends all of his time avoiding facing that he isn't measuring up to what he believes a man is, because he puts all the blame on the woman. He expects the woman to mother him, to nurture him, to support his insecurity, right? This type of man is deeply emotionally unstable, to the point where the pain is, because he's a masculine, he has to exert this pain outward. He has to force and push it out of his body. And since he can't do the hard labor or the hard work or whatever is required of him to be in his full masculinity, he actually is competing with the feminine energy. It's very strange. It's very, very strange, because any man that actually has any sort of desire to compete with a woman, it's like, how? Where in your psyche did you lose sight of nurturing and providing and taking care of and taming the beast? You know, it's like the beast is just off the leash, out of control. That's the energy that is enraging me right now. I know, we have to stop being angry. We have to let go of anger, but guess what? If you don't talk about it, if you just pretend it's not happening, if you keep it on the low, if you keep it quiet, if you enable, you only allow the beast to grow. And this monster inside, it's not the finger point. It's to understand the psychology, because intellectually I fully understand what's happening, but emotionally my Lilith is activated, and I know others are feeling it. So if you're connecting to this message, there is this attachment you have to a masculine energy, and it doesn't have to be one man. It can be 7 men. It doesn't matter. It's a masculine energy, because your feminine nature is so passive, it's so receptive, it's so receiving, it's so open, that this type of masculine just comes in, and it's like feeding on the most scrumptious, food or whatever. Like, it's fuel for this masculine energy, to the point of the detriment of your health. Feminine energy. I'm speaking to a feminine energy. I don't care about gender at the moment. I am calculating how to remove this anger, this rage, this sensation of attack on my being. So if you've noticed that you attack yourself in ways that are harmful to you and you can't figure out why, it could be things like cutting your hair, or making yourself look less pretty, or finding ways to be small and quiet and more meek than you already are, right? Like hiding in the shadows type of energy. there's a high chance that there's a masculine energy outside of you that has convinced you to be that way. And this masculine energy, there's confessions again, they need to know that you aren't going to fuel and feed their monster. They have a side of them. It doesn't matter how beautiful the side of them is that is romantic or loving or nurturing or kind or gentle or sweet or poetic or whatever. Like, none of that matters when the monster is in control of the vessel, because we are in a time where people are going to lose control of their being. The monsters have they've been given authority to act crazy. They've been given authority to act out their evil onto us, onto people, okay? And if you're entertaining this masculine energy in a way that enables or any of the things I described, you're setting yourself up to sign a contract, energetic contract with this type of energy. And you are potentially, just like we can sell our soul to the music industry, you know, you can sell your soul to lower level demons or whatever that are in people, these entities that have contracts over if you give yourself away like that, that's what you're doing. You're literally saying, I think small of myself and large of you. I am in submission to you because I care for you, or I love you, or whatever it is that you are with that person, that energy. I'm seeing way too many feminine energies. That could be children as well. I'm seeing too many feminine energies being taken out by masculine energies that are off the rails. They can't control their emotions. They're completely filled with toxins and demons and monsters and things that are controlling them. They're out of control. That's so unattractive, first of all. Like, we have to like peel back the layers and dissect here what we're dealing with. We're in a battle of good and evil. And when we lay in bed with evil, when we go into spaces, emotional spaces with evil, where we aren't checking ourselves and creating a boundary, creating a force field, some sort of protection against harm, right? But we're openly allowing attack on our being and just saying, oh, it's okay. Because women, now I'm on women, because this is specific to women. We have the ability to give birth, and giving birth is the ability to forget an excruciating pain that you never want to go through ever again, because you're going to do it again. It's such a natural thing. Women naturally disassociate. We naturally have the ability to pop out a baby and then forget about the crazy thing we just went through and then do it again. Like, it is built in our being. And we've lived under this, and this is no hate to all men. There are some beautiful men out there standing up, being men. Do you? I'm only speaking to men that come at women, like literally to attack. It's different if you're trying to teach. It's different if you're coaching a woman or trying to get something like that. But I'm talking about deep attack, okay? There's a real type of energy out there that we're talking about here. Love bomb, okay? This type of energy, what it does is it goes away from you. And when it's not feeding, when it doesn't have something to feed on, because again, it is a person that you care for in a flesh suit with a soul in there that might be there still, but we're not talking about that being. We're talking about the one that's taken over, or the legion potentially that have taken over. The love bomb here is to say they have nothing to feed on. They have no resource, no access to something as flexible and soft and meek and gentle as you, something that will take all the weight, the emotional punching bag that they need. They have no access to that. So they have to love bomb, because if they don't have something to beat on, then they have to look in the mirror and face themselves. And to actually do that requires them to man up, right? It requires them to, witchcraft versus the occult, it requires them to step into their masculine energy for real. And if they're dealing with an internal wound from childhood where they hate their mother or whatever, they hate something, that's what we're dealing with. We gotta pay attention, because this is witchcraft. I'm seeing a lot of witches out here really attracted to these type of men. I'm not saying all witches are bad, but the occult, there's spells all over us right now. And if you're not protecting yourself, there is this is like almost like a warning. This is a warning type of energy. This is a be aware and alert of the masculine energy around you at this time. If you have a loving masculine around you, I'm not talking about them or you, okay? We're talking about people that maybe are questioning their safety or their, yes, that's what it is. I'm talking to someone questioning their safety. And you may be struggling with some sort of, in order for it to affect you, you have to be in that frequency band. This is a frequency thing, energy, frequency, and vibration. You're attached to a frequency that aligns with, so that means you're entertaining something that is putting you in alignment with that masculine energy. Lady of the night, exactly. This is the Jezebel lust spirit. I'm telling you, ladies, my lovely, my feminine energy people out there, listen, Lady of the night, I have nothing against women who use their womanness to get what they want, okay? But there is a line we need to draw in the sand. I'm seeing way too much attention put on our sexual, our womb, okay? To where we're just giving it away to everyone and anyone. No. There needs to be, I know I sound like somebody's grandma preaching out here, because I am. I'm not a grandma yet, but I'm old enough to be a grandma if it, I want you to be safe. I want you to not feel attacked, okay? And right now, there's way too much lack of control in the feminine energy where we are falling into the hands of monsters. And we have to understand what these beings are after. The sexual energy that you're just giving away for free, if you're not, I'm not talking to you. It's very, very important to understand that you potentially are dealing with a possession. If you are openly sexual with an energy that's not sanctified by God, by spirit, by the universe, in a way where you guys practice together rituals and balancing things that create harmony in your unified togetherness, your relationship, then you're literally open to spiritual attack. And that's the energy that we're talking about today. Yeah, rage outburst. I'm telling you, I was picking up on an energy that was vengeful. I know, again, there's males and females, but there's spirits inside of people. And I'm seeing these monsters having the authority to act out rage. And somebody or many people are getting hurt by allowing this type of submitting to this type of monster, okay? It's poisoning. This was what I was getting in the pre-shuffle here. It's poisoning. Energy is contagious. Be very careful of what you are entertaining, because if you're resonating with this, that means that you are entangled energetically in contract. And there's the Five of Cups again. Five of Cups twice, and 555. I got a Five of Cups on the table here, Lord of Pleasure. Five of Emotions again, same card. And I have the Five of Pentacles here. Five of Swords, not Pentacles. So this is like a shady, something trying to steal. Yeah, it wants to take. And I'm also seeing under the full moon. I am recording this under a full moon. And we have to understand how these things come about. Everything's cyclical. If you're in alignment with the moon, which you, as a feminine energy, you should be with your cycle, right? There's a true need to promise yourself. Like, this is like making a promise to yourself, because your inner child's scared right now. Your inner child has a mess. This is, a lot of this is coming from there. Yeah, Seven of Voices. I'm telling you, there's this demonic energy that it's getting aggravated with me, because because I'm telling you this or whatever. Yeah, you can't be somebody's vessel. You have to allow, you're a vessel for somebody, okay? There's that full moon. You see that over her head. You're this, and this came in reverse. It's actually very interesting, because this like is Beauty and the Beast right here. We've got the lion and she's taming the beast. While that is a beautiful trait, it is what, it could be what you're designed to do in a way. But there's a werewolf kind of vibe coming out here, where whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're entertaining, it's like during the day, maybe they have control, but when they start drinking or smoking or taking pills or whatever, the werewolf comes out and they lose control. They're so possessed, they're so toxic, like everything in their veins is just so much that everything that is building up inside of them, it may not even be something you do. It could be a little thing you do, like a little thing you do online that pisses them off, or a little, you do a little thing, or someone, you do nothing. You could be walking in public with them and you're getting attention, and that just irritates their soul because they're insecure. That type of energy is here. And when you get home, it's like the werewolf comes out. And then I heard vampire. Yeah. I'm telling you. There's vampires and sirens and all types of stuff going on. The sun in reverse. It's the sun in reverse. These are both Leo cards as well. Leo energy. We got the moon and the sun. The moon over her head. Yeah, when the sun goes down. When the sun goes down, that's the feminine energy as well. At nighttime. There's some sort of like, there's some sort of caution at night. Somebody needs to be very cautious at night. There's a lot of The moon is out, lady of the night, the sun. Like if you can maybe not stay with this person, you're very loyal. There's loyalty here. There's loyalty to yeah, that's part of the package deal, is being so loyal to something, not realizing that it's harming you. But you're being asked to get away from it. Yeah, that card that flew out on top of here, it's like self-defense, literally. Like, look at her pushing away all this. She's pushing the darkness out, you know, as it's trying to come at her. She's, see the star above her head as well. And it also looks like sunset. So like I said, as the sun's going down, there's this darkness that comes over this person, like a werewolf, like the full moon and the werewolf comes out. Yeah, they don't want to build. So maybe they're promising like they're going to build something with you, but they're not. There's those emotions again. The Five of Cups is not playing today. So we got 5, 5, 5. This is information about this lack of harmony. Yeah, no foundation here. It's if you don't get out, you're gonna get got out. Something like that. I don't know. There is a legion of an army, okay? Just like you see it on the outside, you see it with the external. There's a legion, okay? And these entities, these demons, are given authority to attack because the alarm has been set. God, the trumpet has been trumpeted, okay? And something about that, I don't know how to put it better right now. Alpha woman, look, baby girl, stand up. Now I'm seeing you as a wolf. Alpha woman, huh? It's like you're being asked to cleanse your energy. I mean, this is like I'm seeing someone barefoot in the woods. I know that's weird, but it's what I see. I'm seeing someone barefoot in the woods under the full moon, like screaming, howling at the, like, wanna dance, wanna sing, wanna feel my heart, whatever that song is. I'm safe when I'm with you. So I think the strongest point here is to focus on how to cleanse your own energy. I'm seeing somebody that's struggling internally by attack. That's the attack on the self, remember? Dyeing your hair, whatever. There's some sort of attack on your body, tattoos, something about attacking yourself. Is because of this energy. Your inner child is trying to get you to listen to your energy that's communicating to you. Yeah, when they love bomb, that's not affection. Grooming. I fell right on the lion. Grooming. They are grooming you to be their emotional punching bag. That's what I'm seeing the most. It's like they need something to take out their anger on. They need that, and it's like, you know, in a healthy and a balanced world, a man will go out into the world and maybe come home and talk about his problems to you, which is fine. That makes sense. But this isn't that. This is more like he goes out in the world and then he comes home ready to fight because he can't fight in the world. He can't stand up for himself in the ways he's not showing up at, like he's inadequate in a way. There's something about him that's not fully adequate or whatever, and he's taken out this emotion on you, and now he's expecting, because you've been there doing that for him, he's like, fix this, I'm angry, I need you, but you're so drained, you're now so depleted that you have nothing to give, and he's now attacking you for not having nothing to give him. It's crazy. It's this cycle. It's this like, it's just to torment you, because that's what demons do. They torment you until you give up. Reality is stranger than fiction. This monster is torturing you. It's a torture. It's psychological. You're in a hologram. This is an illusion. Watching or tracking your movements, change things up. That's all about spying and like checking your profiles or whatever. Like, they're watching your movements. Again, this is layered. So I don't even know how conscious your masculine energy person is as to what he's doing, because he could be in a psychosis. He could be in a frenzy in his mind somewhere. But I'm seeing you putting the puzzle pieces together like a detective, and you're starting to understand this. Drink more water. Yeah, because they drown. You hear me? Baptize in the water. Believe actions, not words. What are you seeing happening versus what are you seeing when you do the math, when you write it down? This happened, exactly, this happened. A week will go by, 2 weeks, a month will go by. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I forgot all about that incident because I wasn't calculating. That's a masculine energy. So if you're, like I said, extremely receptive, extremely fawning, extremely feminine, you're not doing that. You're not thinking ahead. You're not planning. You're not playing chess. You're just, you're going with the flow, right? That's what feminine energy would do. I don't know that I need any more cards here. The Word of God. That's your power. That's your strength against this monster. Because the Word of God is much different than... The Word means I have the authority to speak with my mouth through heaven, through the Holy Spirit, through the channel of the divine, to cast out these monsters and demons that are creating roadblocks and hazards and obstacles in front of me. I'm seeing that you back in the forest again. Like, this is calling out to God in the forest, like, hey, I need you. I need you to get these demons out of my life. I need you to get these monsters, these entities, these that are in me too. Because it's like inside and outside. Some of us have been possessed since we were children. Unconditional love. Be careful with unconditional love. Be careful with it. Have it for yourself. Have it for the divine. Have it for children. Have it for the innocent. But be very careful with unconditional love. Because I get it. In this time, nobody wants to be alone. And being alone is hard. But you come in this world alone, you're going to die alone. And we're not in the past. We're not going back. Like I said, with all those 5 of Cups, 5 of emotions, there's a lot of emotional feelings here. And I understand how you feel. Hearing voices. Somebody's hearing voices. Because they're loud right now. They're very much so trying to convince us to do crazy things. They have authority to convince us to do crazy things right now. Some people are wanting to, some people are wanting to go outward and do it. So don't harm yourself for this person's lack of control. Have the self-control. Develop the self-control. Men follow women, okay? And we have lost sight of what that means. There's no reason that any feminine energy should be chasing after a masculine energy. It just is not, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I get it if there's a fine line between love and hate, okay? There's this which is a movie you should watch if you haven't seen it, because that's here. Be very thoughtful of your next moves and understand we're in a new world. So if you need to do some quick changes that seem unconventional to get yourself out of the situation, do them. Don't feel pressured by the rules and the structures and the, you know, the labels and stuff. Let that go for now. Like, give it to God. Be like, look, God, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this, but get me out of this, please. I give myself to you. I'm open to safety. I want to be safe. I am grateful. I am in submission to the divine. I do not want to be in contracts with any of these monsters, any of these demons, any of these low vibrational entities. I want to set forth a path ahead that gets me out of this mess. And it will happen. It will happen. You got to take the step, though, and be brave. Be brave and defend yourself, and be quiet. You know, you don't have to be loud about it. You don't have to make a big scene. Tame your ego, tame your pride. You don't need to say a bunch of words. You don't need to do a bunch of stuff. It's more so be the authority with your actions here, you know? So that's what I have. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.